Good morning, everybody. This is May 27th, the regular session of Chambers County Commercial Court, Chambers County, Texas. 9:30 a.m. It's now 9:34 a.m. Father Hall, would you? Sure.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay. We'll go to 1.1, citizens' comment. Warren, do you have any? Okay. I think Commissioner Tice had a citizen comment.
Yes,
Commissioner,
Commissioner Gore, just want to give her a quick update. Last week, we started cleaning out a lot of drainage ditches, Bailey Woods plantation area, and we will continue this process over the next several weeks, weather permitting, but a lot of good progress is happening. Just wanted to update. Thank you.
sir. Commissioner Hammond.
Yes, sir. Just two quick ones. Hey, so on we've been working on this project for a while, but on June 12th, we'll be shutting down Hatcherville Road for about 4 days, doing some major road repairs, and also got a joint project with Coastal Water Authority. The siphon underneath Hatcherville Road has been leaking for some time. We finally got a repair plan together, so we'll be starting that work. So the road will be completely closed from June 12th to June 16th. We sending out public notices to everyone, all our local law enforcement and first responders. So we have some alternative plans in place. But we're starting to get that word out to everybody now. We got that kind of finalized. The other thing, this Saturday, we got a turtle bile cleanup project going on. So it's all volunteer system. So Snappy's is hosting that. Anyway, if anybody wants to come out and help clean up the environment a little bit, we'll be doing that from about 10 to 4 on Saturday.
Great.
Mr. Daly, you don't have anything?
No, Commissioner Daly does not have any.
Make note of that, please.
I'm gonna
Tommy,
make note of that.
You get that down for us.
It's a first, I know.
Victoria, you gonna wait until your agenda item? Okay. We'll go to 1.2, discussion, consider general discussion with Texas Association of Counties, hurricane season preparation and post. George.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So TAC is going to come next court, so we're going to table this. He wanted to bring 2 more people with him, so there'll be 3 of them here, and they'll come ready to answer questions and be ready to help us with the hurricane season like they always do.
Gonna table 1.2, bring it back on the next report. Go to engineering project management. 4.1, discuss consider awarding Timber Ridge subdivision repairs to the lowest best.
Yes, so we're actually gonna pull this item. We did not receive any bids last Thursday, and then just spoke to George before this. We're gonna be going out for bid again.
We're going out Thursday of this week with a new bid, and I do have a new contact that is very interested, just didn't get on the last list. So hopefully we'll have something for you, and we're gonna try and expedite it, so we'll do the 14 days instead of the 14 working days, to help with the process. Get done.
So we're gonna pull 4.2, 4.3, we'll go to executive. 4.4, discuss and consider variance application for Targa 14 project for 2025 -0.
Yes, so this is a variance request from Targa for train 14. It is to use basically inlets instead of the backslope interceptors that is our requirement in our manual. This would just allow them to better utilize the space that's there. We've also kind of given this variance out to them previously for train 11. Have no problem with this.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner. Questions? Favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. On down. We'll go to environmental protection 9.1, discuss, consider the nuisance conditions observed at 315 Auto Road, Anahuac, Texas, Victoria. We have a citizen.
Yes,
Karen.
Commissioner, there, Mr. and Ms. Monk are here and they would like to speak regarding this nuisance condition. Give me.
Either that or take the mic to her.
My name is Karen Monk. I live at 315 Otter Road, and I have a little bit of a. I'm not going to deny that it didn't need to be done. I don't deny that. But this whole thing is so wrong. According to the Chambers County statute, it says it has to be visible from the road. They were on my private property, down an easement that's on our property, CAD, taking pictures behind buildings. We're not in a subdivision. I mean, I'm not sure if there was a complaint made by a private citizen, or if it was, because I know it has to be one of the two. Either there has to be a concern from the county or from a private citizen. And I have pictures from Otter Road. I can even show you one of the pictures that was sent to me where they're facing Otter Road in the back of my property. I'm a little confused as to what this is about. That means someone was trespassing on my property. And I spend a lot of time there by myself. And my 82-year-old mother who lives in a house behind us. This does not make me feel very warm and fuzzy that someone is coming into my property when they're not supposed to be. It is an easement. There's only one person that's behind us. So I don't know who was there. I know they have a white vehicle, because they didn't think very clearly if they were trying to hide who it was, because they have a picture of the vehicle right there in one of the pictures. And I have a copy if you'd like to see.
Okay.
I mean, again, I do not disagree that something needed to be done. But it wasn't totally all in the up and up. That's my concern.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't know if you wanted to see any of this, or I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. All I know is that I just don't feel that this was, and I only say this because it's happened before. Again, I don't know if it's a private individual. I don't even know if I can ask that question. But if it's who I think it is, this person's already done it to us once, and we're having to prove ourselves innocent instead of being proven guilty. And I do have a little bit of an issue with it. So I don't know, would you like this, or?
Yeah, if you can get it to Victoria, I think she can probably email it out to. Yeah, that's in the
Yeah,
package.
it's the pictures, but there's also documentation showing how the pictures are not from the road.
Yes, ma'am.
And the pictures in my driveway property.
This is what they have as well. They've already, they have pictures.
But they don't have.
I know, of course, that's not the other document. Just the note.
Your 3 minutes is up. Do you have something you need to elaborate on? Let you.
Oh, I guess. Nope.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry.
So the notice, or some of the documentation that she wanted to show you was the notice that I had or that we sent from our department, which is what commissioners you all received. The pictures, like she said, I was the one that took the pictures. The vehicle that can be seen is the Chambers County vehicle that is used by our department. As far as the access, per the local government code that we follow, we do have the right to access the property. We did not go, or I did not go onto the property. The pictures were taken just by using the camera's zoom option. I understand her. She's uncomfortable with who was accessing the property. It was just myself that actually took the pictures. Like I said, I never actually got onto the property. It was all just taken with the zoom feature on the camera, and by accessing the easement, what she's referring to right now. They have been cleaning up from what I understand and from what I observed as of this morning. But they did request, or Mr. and Miss Monk did request their hearing, but I'm not sure, if they wanted additional time or what the purpose of the hearing was, or if it was just to notify us that they were uncomfortable about the access part of it, as she just mentioned.
If you're gonna speak, you do a citizen comment and you get 3 minutes.
This is our first time doing it.
No, you're doing good.
You can speak now.
You can speak now. Go ahead, you got 3 minutes.
Jimmy, Monk. What my question would be is, why were you in the easement? What was the purpose, and who's making these calls? Because we've lost animals, we've had problems with, because of telling us that there was problems with animals, and it's the same one person, and we want to get that clear. Yes, it needed to be cleaned. Reason it wasn't cleaned on the most part was weather control. Had snow right after we had the snow, we had the rain and this, and so it's been considerably cleaned up and everything like that, and we're still working. And but my question was, did you have a complaint for you to be there? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Tori? This is FYI, you need any motion on it, or?
Not at the moment, sir. If they do request additional time, we can grant them additional time without it coming to court. They just have to notify us that they would like additional time so that we know we
They
should
have made
update it.
progress on getting everybody.
Yes, sir, they have made,
satisfactory to-
yes, sir, they have made progress.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. So no action on 9.1. Okay, we'll go back to economic development and tourism, 5.1. Discuss and consider approving VRYX station loading system for EMS building in the $71,350.
Yes, sir. So this is basically, it's a full system that provides immediate alert to EMS on calls that are coming in. The original budget was 150, so as you can see, we've come in under budget. There is one thing to note, we do still have the tower that needs to be purchased, but we still expect to come in under budget.
Was the tower part of that number right there?
Yes, sir. The
It was.
150? Yes, sir.
150?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roddy. Public hearing, TJ will be here. So we'll move down to Parks and Recreation. Discussing approving going out fees, request for proposal for auction, parking lot and walk trail at least.
Yes, sir. Good morning. We have reached out to Road and Bridge to see if they could do this in-house, and we have not received that. We have not received an answer yet. So we're just going to possibly put this out for a RFP to see what the cost would be for asphalt or for concrete. So hopefully we'll do both items at the same time.
So motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner. Questions or opposed? Motion carries. Number 7.1, discuss and consider allocating an additional 10% contract contingency as tariff relief for all accepted project proposals.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. I was advised by both purchasing and legal to bring this back as it was so that it could be pulled.
Thank you, sir. We'll move to 7.2, discussing and approving Perfect Tech waterproofing to courthouse exterior window media repair in the amount of $69,335.
Yeah, we, over the last several months, we've done some extensive repairs and testing. I don't know how many of y'all know, but third floor on the north end, we're really having trouble on those windows right there, Tanya Hunt's office and the judge's office and one beside it. I went ahead and through maintenance, we had some retro work done to those windows, basically pulled out all the old caulk, cleaned out all the weeps and recaulked it, water tested it again, and it held true. So this quote is to go around the entirety, the rest of the building, to do the same remedial work to the windows. I will need some funding.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond. Second by. Wait, Mike.
I'll need some funding for this. Okay.
There's no further questions or comments. All in favor? Opposed? Motion. We go to solid waste. This 8 point. Let's consider line all local first responders of free dump sticker and chamber.
Yeah, this is just an item I put on after some calls. I just want to clarify, these are for first responders that work for a local municipality. So private first responders for plants will not be included in this item. So it will be for anybody working for a volunteer fire department or a county or municipality government agency would qualify. They would show their ID just like the military veterans do to qualify for a dumpster.
Yes.
Brian Hawthorne, the sheriff. The only thing I would ask is that you to add to a motion that he must reside in the county.
Absolutely, yeah. Which is already it's already a requirement.
Okay.
Yeah. So it will still read for residents that are first responders.
I think it's a great thing. definitely good for the sheriff's office, and you all know I'm all about them trying to live in the county, so it's just one more thing that we give them for living in the county.
I know my buddy has looked at.
They all, yeah, you will have to have an ID card. I've checked with several of the VFDs. They have ID cards, yeah.
Might I consider that requesting the fire chiefs get you a roster?
Roster as well.
Because some of them have old ID cards and they haven't participated with the fire department in
Oh, sure,
years.
sure. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna work on, so.
When would this be?
I would say budget year, right, January, or do we make it immediately?
We're gonna take time, we're gonna need time to.
Yeah.
Vet it, look at all the lists.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Timing wise, I think once we get the list, I'm hoping we can, before the budget year. We can always make it January 1 to make it easy.
We need some kind of process because there's several locations that have to deal with it.
Let's just make it effective. Yeah, January. Yeah.
Commissioner, could I even recommend that there's not a reason in the world that a fire chief or my office or anybody, EMS, can tell them that the only place that you can do that is at XYZ office. In other words, instead of you trying to figure out the process for every commissioner, just this is where they have the privilege of
doing it.
That way that you're only having to keep track of it at one spot. That's my suggestion.
I take that responsibility.
Commissioner Hammond's office would be fine. No, I mean,
I'm
you might want to do it.
I'm
You may want to do it
perfectly good with
here.
it. I just wanted some process put in place.
No, it does need
because
process because I think
I
it's
don't
important that y'all
want-
have rosters.
Yeah.
That whoever has a roster to prove up that they're a member of the co-fire department or a member of the fire department.
Sure. Okay.
Commissioner's offices only, or just one, I mean, I hate to make them travel all the way from Wayne.
I think from the implementation of it, we can figure that out later date. I think that wouldn't. So, I say motion to approve, starting in effective January 1st.
Comments? Opposed, motion. Got 3 minutes before PJ is here, so we'll go to consent. We'll start with, Mr. Daddy. Commissioner Hammond.
I do have one question. And I'm sorry I didn't have time to follow up on that point, but why are road and bridge on more business?
Good question. So, Ed's requested 2 mowers because of Kilgore Parkway and some of their areas were mowing. He's needing to mow a little cleaner and around a lot of light poles. We have lighting on Kilgore. And the mowers that he's using now aren't mowing it low enough and clean enough for those roads. And I know we're going to do Chambers Parkway as well. We're fixing to implement Chambers Parkway. And so he has several roads that he's mowing now that he says it's just, he mows it, but he doesn't cut anything until about the 3rd time he mows. So this would help him be able to mow cleaner and lower to get more life out of each. And he can also mow versus weed eat a lot of the areas when they have set, like we have, I think, 20 light poles down that street. We're having mow.
You were talking about 19.17.
Yeah.
We transferring funds from CO to purchase
Yeah,
2
just
categories.
Joe should be here. Where's Joe at?
We're buying a trailer too.
Yeah.
Next line up.
So you want to give us a little update on 19.17, discuss the firm funds from CO to purchase 2 categories.
Yes, sir.
And then
We have 2
19.
stags,
18.
a trailer for the stags, telehandlers, the forklift, long extension. We have trucks, 18-wheelers coming. You know, Bobcat trying to do everything to the front. We just have a problem trying. The stags, that's got some places like Kilgore and different areas we can't get it low enough. The other mowers, they just you can only cut so much.
Okay.
In tracks, and then on the front, trying to go up that hill, puts them in a bind.
Yeah. So these telehandlers on here is plural? Is that one or two?
19.16, Joe.
19.
Referring from CO for telehandlers for.
Yeah, telehandlers, just the long extension, like a forklift that you out in and it booms out, parks on it.
Understand. That's just one of those?
Yes, sir, just one.
Okay. The telehandlers. Plural. Okay.
No, sir.
All right. That's it for me.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Commissioner Tice? Good. All right, so, take a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Tice. Any questions, comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on the dot. Let's go back to first page. 2, public hearing 5.2. BJ, public hearing at 10 a.m. to establish TGSCP 4407 Parkway Reinvestment Zone. Recess out of regular session and go into public hearing. 10:01 a.m. And discuss the public hearing.
All right, Commissioners, the public hearing is being conducted to discuss and consider establishing reinvestment zone, SC 4407 Grand Parkway, LC project. This is a 500,000 square foot facility that's tenanted by National Beverages. The public hearing is conducted. Working.
Okay. Public comments, public hearing. Hearing none. BJ, you done? Okay, so we will adjourn our public hearing and still 10:01 a.m. Regular session report and go 5.3 to discuss and consider order establishing the TGSC 7 Parkway Reinvestment Zone. BJ.
Yes, per statutory requirement, the court has to establish or approve an order that establishes the TGSCP 4407 Grand Parkway Reinvestment Zone. This is a 47-acre reinvestment. Allows the court to move tax base.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bagley, second by Commissioner Hammond. No questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
BJ, I think you
Thank you,
want to go
BJ.
to executive session with us. Okay. We don't have anything else. As executive session, we're going to take 4.2, discuss and consider settlement proposal in the Liberty, Cartwright, and Robertson Hall Liberty litigation, Chambers County, and then 4.2, discuss and consider authorizing county judge to sign settlement papers in the Liberty, Cartwright, Robertson Hall litigation, Chambers County. Executive session. And then we're going to take 20.1, discuss and consider personnel issues. 20.2, discuss and consider sale and purchase of real property. 3, discuss and consider FLMA extension requests. And it is 10:03 right now. We'll adjourn out of regular session and go into executive session. Okay, reconvene with the regular session of the Chambers County Commissioner Court. For the record, Judge City is not here today, and Commissioner Hammond had to step away, but we do have a quorum. We'll go to 4.2 out of the executive session, discuss, consider settlement proposal in the Lipke, Cartwright, Roberts, and Paul Lipke litigation with Chambers. Nathan.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Gore. Name is Nathan Brandemar, representing the county in the underlying litigation with Paul Lipke and Lipke, Cartwright, and Roberts. There is a settlement proposal table for court's consideration today involving the parties to that lawsuit. Essentially, summarize that lawsuit. It involves the Kilgore Parkway Regional Drainage Project, where the county hired Paul Lipke and his engineering firm to do the design work for the drainage system, the regional drainage system. At the end of that project, the county became aware that the engineering group had messed up, so to speak. So this calculation errors that were done on the capacity of that drainage. Also that what came out of the project was the engineer Paul Lipke claimed that he was owed some money. The county refused to pay him that money under the basis, I guess, number one, we never approved those charges, and number two, he had screwed up the project, so to speak. So we denied that payment claim for some time. Years went by. Ultimately, Paul Lipke's engineering firm sued the county for roughly about $500,000. The county rejected again that claim and countersued both Paul Lipke and his engineering firm, Lipke, Cartwright, and Roberts, for their errors and omission project. That lawsuit continued for a couple years. Some discovery was taken, depositions taken. Ultimately, the parties suffered from litigation fatigue, like times happens, and started talking about settlement. A settlement proposal arose whereby essentially both parties would walk away, not paying each other anything. They would just mutually agree to dismiss their respective claims against one another and bear their own costs, their attorney's fees, etc. That is a proposal on the table for the Commissioner's Court consideration. Having been involved in both the project and now the litigation, I think it's a fair deal, an equitable deal for the county, and would recommend.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bagley, second by Nice. No further discussion or consideration. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We go to 4.3. Discuss, consider authorizing County Judge Jimmy Sylvia to sign settlement papers in the Lipke, Cartwright, and Robert Lipke litigation.
So moved.
Second.
Bagley, second by Nice. Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
And any opposed, no motion carries. So if there's nothing more coming before the court, we are adjourned at 11:09.